What's up guys, A Duck's Opinion here, and this is my video review for Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Now, this is a 2021 survival horror video game developed by Steel Wool Studios and published by Scott Games, and it's only for right now for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Microsoft Windows for at least about 3 months, and then it'll be released for Xbox and PlayStation, and it'll be released with physical copies then as well, because right now it's only digital, and that'll probably be around March of 2022, and the game will set you back $40. So you play as Gregory, and you got stuck in the pizzeria overnight, not sure how, not sure why, but you're stuck and you wake up in Freddy's belly. He lets you out and they're like, oh my gosh, we must escape. And your whole purpose for the 6 hours, they run it as kind of used to be days, but now it's hours, and every hour something changes, something goes down, and other areas open up as you explore and as you do tasks to unlock different security cards to make it into different buildings as the game progresses. If you're into the characters and you're into the idea of Five Nights at Freddy's and checking out the huge mall, I think you'll have a really good time with this, because the mall is really the star of the show, and it does lack things to do, as you can't ride that many rides, and only has a couple of mini games you can do. You can't even really sit down on the furniture, but just to look around and see in the spectacle, the beauty of it all, I think it's a pretty fun game when it comes to a stealth game, and I don't even like stealth games, so just the lore of Five Nights at Freddy and all the new glam rocks and all the new animatronics, I think that alone makes it really fun. But I wonder what someone that has never seen a trailer or has never played Five Nights at Freddy, I wonder what they would think of a game like this. I mention that because I was a fan from the very first trailer 2 years ago. I watched it be teased, I watched it grow. Me and my kid bought most of the merchandise, if not all of the merchandise, for Security Breach, and we really got into Five Nights at Freddy's over these last 2 years. And then it got delayed a whole entire year, and we were sad, but we're like, oh, that sucks, but we still enjoyed it. We got to watch the trailer in Orlando. We were at Universal when the trailer came out. It was so sick. And so if you're really into the game and you're really built up passion and love for it, and you've probably read a lot of theories and scenarios, and you've probably seen the trailer and have a lot of ideas of what's going to happen, you're gonna be let down. And I think that's one of the biggest complaints. Like, I don't want to talk about bugs. I don't want to talk about stuff that'll eventually be patched out and fixed. Bugs and stuff will be patched. That's fine. But I want to talk about the stuff that they can't fix. So to be completely honest, I think they spent too much time working on the mall itself and not working on story and animations, because basically Vanny and Vanessa just aren't there. I read on Twitter, and it was confirmed to be true, that there was a meter that filled up if you stayed somewhere too long, and if you stayed there too long, Vanessa would show up and chase you. Now that would have helped a lot, because I was only chased by her one time in like the parts and area security service when you get captured, and that was it. And it was probably the best moment in the game for me, and it happened one time. She's not really at the ending unless you do like a little side ending, and we'll get to that in a second. But overall, everything in the trailer was a huge lie. The guy going, both of you will burn, and talking in the trailer is a complete lie. Most every scene Vanny was in doesn't happen. The Vanessa scene with the elevators going up doesn't happen. Even the claw at the end of one of the trailers, I mean, the dude that has the claw shows up at the end for 2.2 seconds in a cutscene that's literally less than 5 seconds, and then it rolls credits. It's seriously one of the most let down, rushed out endings I've ever seen, and I feel like they just spent way too much time working on making the mall super big, and they just didn't have enough time to flesh out the story and do animations for proper cutscenes. Like, they could do a No Man's Sky, but I don't think they will. I think they'll quite possibly fix a couple bugs. They might add a couple patches here and there to fix Vanny, and then it'll come out in DLC, and that's probably it. That's what I've noticed about a lot of the AAA games that come out, like Cyberpunk, like Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition. No Man's Sky has been the only one that actually fixed what they promised and then made it better than what they promised. None of these other companies do that. They just fix a couple of the bugs. They just continue to go on their life. Can DLC save it? I really don't think DLC can save it. I don't even think they'll probably go that route. If you look at Help Wanted, they went in kind of like the Dreadbear way. It was totally different than the original game. So I don't think they're going to add more to the original game. They'll probably just take it in a different direction. And I really would like a prequel. I really like to see what Vanny's life was all about, what Vanessa's life was all about. And that's the route they should have went. Vanessa and Vanny should have been the stars of the show. At points, you should have been able to play with them. At points, you should see through their eyes. You should see them in almost every cutscene. They were the star of the show more than the animatronics, in my opinion, which the animatronics were amazing. Like, literally, they made them where they could be fully pretty. They can get them dirty. They can be withered. They moved and they twitched and they ran properly. They put a lot of time in the animatronics, and I did love them so much. I just wish they would have put that much effort into the grand finale, into the ending, and into the story. Now, we come up to the end of the review and the question, did I love it or did I hate it? I like it. I like it a lot. I put 25 hours into this game, and it's definitely, I don't feel it was supposed to be that long, but due to the fact that it doesn't guide you around, and it's really kind of like go figure it out yourself, which I kind of hated, but I like the mall so much I didn't really mind it in a sense. And I just wish it had more of a direction. I wish it had more of explaining the story better than just hiding everything away in a corner somewhere, hoping you'll find it as some Easter egg later on. And I feel like that's what this game really is. It kind of has like a like half-ass Stanley Portable vibe, to where it wants to do different things but it won't allow you to do it, because when you do finally get to 6 o'clock, it doesn't let you save anymore. It'll save you at that point, but it won't let you go out and collect the rest of the stuff and then save. It wants you just to go do it in one big swoop, and they might fix that. And there is glitches you can do that kind of make it we can save after 6 o'clock, but then it also bugs out some of the endings. So you can't do some of the endings, but it's really difficult to not be able to save after 6, and only about 70% of the game's done. I don't know if they thought it'd be harder, but they seriously expect you to run through it and do all these hard things and not be caught once, and then go see the ending, and then just go back to it being the start of 6 o'clock again. It's not going to fix the fact that they barely have Vanessa and Vanny in it. It's not going to fix the fact that at the actual ending, they have the two boss characters show up for the first time ever for 2 seconds, and then you kill them within 5 minutes, and they're gone within 2 seconds. They should have never been there. This should have been about Vanny and Vanessa, and now I honestly don't think they'll patch it. Do I love it? No. Did I love the lore? Yes. Do I love the animatronics? Yes. Do I love the stories that we all made up in our head about what this game should be? Yes. Was it that? No, it wasn't what it was supposed to be, and that's what really kills it for me. So I give this game a solid 7 out of 10. I mean, I'll excuse the bugs, I'll excuse a few glitches here and there can be patched out, but teasing such an amazing trailer and having the fans follow it for years, and then it come out and to be missing most of the story that it teased, to cop out with silly 2-second cinematics for the actual ending, and then all the little mini endings are literal little comic book strips that are just so basic and so empty that it really destroyed the game for me when I finally got to them. And this is coming from a game that has like a 2.5 minute cinematography dancing around all the electronics intro. Like, could you just cut that and then gave me proper endings? I would appreciate that so much more. So it's obvious they ran out of time on this game. They rushed it out when it needed to be delayed, and I mean, people hate delays. I just think nowadays game developers need to be quiet about games until they are done. Only promote them before they're only going to come out a few more months, because once it starts getting rushed and the team starts getting more than they can handle, the story takes a huge chunk, stuff gets cut out, and we get half the game we wanted, and would be lucky if they even fix some of the major problems like saving after 6, some of the major bugs, and Vanny not being in it, let alone them somehow fixing the story. I really doubt they're going to do that. And I still had fun with it. I think it's worth the $40. Me and my kid are going to replay it, and we're going to have fun with it because we love Five Nights at Freddy, and it is the best Five Nights at Freddy game ever. But my God, we wanted them to knock it out of the park and be a huge home run. But you know what? I'll settle for third base. Thank you guys so much for watching my Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted video review. If you guys could like it and leave in the comment what you guys thought about it, it'd be really cool to see, and I'll leave a reply. Thank you guys so much for watching. So don't forget to like and subscribe on the only channel where dust can fly. Peace.